Presentando Rigoberto Hermosillo. Mark Magnifico Magsayo.
Please listen and obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Fight hard, fight clean. Good luck to both of you.
Mark Magsayo, no stranger to having changes. When he last fought here in the United States against Ramiro Robles, he said the exact same thing happened to him.
Ooh, good right hand right off the bat by Magsayo.
Mark Magsayo with a knockout percentage of 73%, but he is giving up 3 inches to Hermosillo.
You see how he gets in and out very fast, Magsayo, so he'll make up for that reach by doing that. But, you know, leaving that left hand low against the southpaw.
Nice straight right hand.
Boy, he's got quick hands, doesn't he?
By Magsayo.
He's got quick hands, doesn't he? But look at this.
Absolutely, but back comes Hermosillo, calling Victorville, California his home. There's a straight left by Hermosillo.
And, you know, Hermosillo, you know, obviously, who had him down in the first round, he came back and rallied in that fight to make it a close fight, undefeated Manny Robles. So, you know, Hermosillo's under the right elbow of Magsayo there. That's his favorite punch. Boy.
There's a whipping right cross by... There's a straight right that backed up Hermosillo. 2 big right hands clobbering Hermosillo.
Man, is this kid quick, Magsayo, isn't he?
Oh, he is very fluid and fast, but back comes.
I had seen on tape he was a little bit wide. He was wasting punches. None of that here. He looked sharper, crisper. See that little left hook he tried to drop in over that right hand of...
Magsayo has been in the past 4 years ago. Big right hand that backed up Hermosillo. He clocked him. He had him rocked.
Boy, if he hits him again with something sharp like that, it's lightning fast.
25 years old from the Philippines, but back comes Hermosillo. Right eyebrow. That ends the first.
Wow. And then when he's close, he's got to hit the body hard, but he's got to protect himself.
Well, for Mark Magsayo, he's hoping to follow in the footsteps of his idol, Manny, much like what he's been able to do. The unbeaten featherweight contender in Magsayo.
Magsayo just whistled another counter right hand right past. But man, he's really looking to counter, and he's quick with his counters, Magsayo. See, there's the body work I was talking about. When you get in close, you got to do some damage because he got hurt.
He was dropped in the 3rd round.
That's right. So, you know, he can be hurt himself. And look, you saw Magsayo. He just kind of pointed down to his trunks like that left hand was low, which it wasn't.
But back comes the 28-year-old from Jalisco, and he ate a left hook.
That's right. He's good.
Forward clash of heads, inadvertent.
Well, Jack Reese, the referees. Oh, good left hand.
Straight left by Hermosillo. Jack Reese did a very good job to go in there, make sure they were both taken care of. He's been on the deck just once against Chris Avalos, but he would go back to finish him off.
It was a tremendous comeback because look, it looked like he got tired after the 2nd round, Magsayo, because he threw so many wasted punches. But Magsayo, being the competitor and great fighter, as he came back to stop Chris Avalos in that fight.
Who was a former world champion on 2 of the 3 scorecards in that fight on August 31st of last year. It was a shutout, so Magsayo certainly getting better. Magsayo certainly not afraid to test his skills against high-level opposition. Final moments of the 2nd, but Rigoberto Hermosillo. And Rigoberto Hermosillo going at it. Joe, this has been a very entertaining matchup thus far.
It's a dangerous fight for both guys because both guys are really good. And let me tell you something. Hermosillo throws that straight left hand down there. And Jack may say something, Reese, about that, but it hit the belt line, so it was legal. And hits his belly right there. But it sure coincides with every time he gets hit to the body.
He felt that he started too early and didn't have enough left down the stretch. In the fight with Slavinsky, he felt that he started, too late, in his opinion.
Got him the split decision against Ramos. But look, right now, that experience is going to probably serve him well in this fight against a really, really tough guy in Magsayo. if Magsayo times that, he could catch him with a left hook as he jumped. Ooh, good straight right hand by Magsayo. Exactly what I said. Magsayo tried to time that hook just like that right there.
Good combination punching by Mark Magsayo. Magsayo jettisoned his old trainers, and then he came to learn under the guidance of Freddie Roach.
Well, you know, you got to do that. Listen, sometimes your coaches run out of ideas for you because they haven't been to the...
They've been together more like 2 decades, if I stand corrected myself. So, yes, Freddie Roach certainly knows what it's like to cultivate a young Filipino prospect and develop them into a world champion. There you see the 7-time Trainer of the Year Hall of Famer, Freddie Roach. Final moments of the third. Big right hand from Magsayo. That ends the third. Well, Manny Pacquiao, no stranger.
That is the biggest difference. And he just, his defense looks tighter, where he didn't in the fights that we saw earlier without Freddie.
Well, he was more reckless in his previous fights, and now he is a lot more disciplined.
Yeah, well, you know, look, he's capable of boxing and pressing.
A couple of big right hands that clocked Hermosillo. Back comes Hermosillo trying to close the distance.
Well, Hermosillo is really doing some good things in there, but he better keep a real tight defense against Magsayo, because he's very accurate like that. You know, he just hardly ever misses that right hand. Now, if he puts that pressure on, he's got to do things like that.
There's a big right hook, and he literally...
Magsayo's the more flamboyant-looking guy in there, and he's got cat-like reflexes. Hermosillo is just kind of a workman-like. Landed a good body shot,
but they're answering back with a right to the body was Magsayo.
That's right. Magsayo slipped inside the jab of Hermosillo and threw a right uppercut right to the belly.
Philippines and Mexico on display here this evening.
Well, without a doubt. I don't think we've seen the best of it yet. I think this is going to get very interesting. But Hermosillo's doing what he should be doing. When he gets in close, he's really ripping the body, even though he just missed 2 shots to the head.
Workman-like and tries to pressure you to every inch of the ring, Joe.
Yeah, and he loves to use the left hand. I mean, he rarely uses the hook. That's his power punch. That's where he feels comfortable. Oh, see, there's that left hook from
Magsayo, but back comes Hermosillo towards the end of the fourth. Years ago, Alexis Arguello would defeat Ray Boom Boom Mancini by 14th round TKO. But back here in Los Angeles, the 5th round, Mark Magsayo. And Joe, would you believe that Hermosillo's averaging over 84 punches thrown per round? Magsayo just 26.
And this is the reason why. It's hard to get a rhythm. When you do your best work against right-handers, he's strong, he's determined, he puts on pressure. And, Magsayo doesn't think that he, gels real well with southpaws. And so it's hard to get combinations off on southpaws. Well, at this point, it should be quality. You can't worry about the punch numbers. Hermosillo once or twice here, but Hermosillo is a hard guy to dissuade. He's going to keep on coming.
He had such a sense of urgency, did Hermosillo, in talking with us during the fighter meetings.
Yeah, well, he also thought that, he should have won those 2 fights that he lost.
For the undefeated featherweight contender from the Philippines.
It's a beautiful left hook with Hermosillo and doing a little damage on the inside. Instead of just long punches or mid-range punches, when he gets inside, he should use some chopping little right hands and short little uppercuts. They can do damage. They don't seem like they do a lot to Hermosillo's arm there, where he could have been working.
There's a big right hand, another one. We are halfway through this featherweight main event.
Which is kind of what I was talking about. When you get close to a guy, let your hands go. Don't hold on and waste that time. Without a doubt, that was nothing. That wasn't. To tell you the truth, that fighter's been hit with harder things tonight. I mean it. Let's do it. Let's start working. See, like right in there. See, now he's not holding on, Magsayo. And that's what I was talking about. That's what Freddie was just talking about. You got to use the opportunity wherever you are, inside or outside, to score.
and drop his hands and his guard.
Well, he does it all the time. If you see him, he keeps, after he works a couple of punches, he goes down and he grabs his belt line with both hands.
Let us not forget, this is just their first fight together. They've been working together steadily for 3 months consecutively. Got going, he went back to the Philippines, returned in July to spend a full 3 months with Freddie Roach.
Magsayo, but you know, he does have to get busier. He is starting to look a little bit fatigued right now, Magsayo, which means
we'll see if Magsayo can find a way to gain more sustained offense. Has quite a bit of tenacity in Hermosillo.
As he grabs his shorts again.
He bent over a little bit. He still might be feeling the remnants of that liver shot, Joe.
Oh, I'm telling you, this is those hurt more than you might suspect.
Big right hook that connected for Magsayo, and a left hook to end the 6th. I saw that Magsayo was sort of shaking his right hand in between rounds. Do you think that the right hand might be hurt for Magsayo?
You know, he did kind of show it to the corner. I don't know if that was just a...
I'm very curious to see in this 7th round if Magsayo starts to throw the right hand. Very good question, but will he throw it with as much frequency is the question.
Whether it's, I think the question is, will he throw it with as much power? You know, he'll throw it knowing he has to protect himself, but will it have any power behind it?
That is why he is the best in the business, the legendary Joe Goosen. Fighting here in the United States for the first time in 4 years. There's a straight left that found its destination for Hermosillo. Another one.
Well, Magsayo threw a right hand and missed it.
This has been a very entertaining featherweight matchup.
You know, they're strong guys. These are not weak punchers. They may not be one-punch knockout punchers.
Certainly going to feel the effects of this fight in the morning.
Ooh,
shot that seemed a little bit low.
Well, if it was, Jack Reese was completely behind it. My points to victory, you got to hit the body hard. And Hermosillo's capable of doing that with that strong left hand. And of course, you heard his trainer telling him, you got to use, what did he say?
He said, use the left. Is what he was imploring him to do.
Ooh.
It was a straight left. That decked Magsayo.
It was a right hand by Magsayo that was countered with a quick left hand.
A right hand that crashed into Hermosillo. Final moments of the 7th. The action continues to... Ranked in the top 10 in the world in the various sanctioning bodies, hoping to elevate his standing and remain perfect against Rigoberto Hermosillo. Left hook to the body by Magsayo.
Well, I think Magsayo is just, you know, I think he's probably winning this fight. And do damage when you hit him. You know, try to hurt the guy when you hit him. On the other side with Hermosillo, the last few rounds you got, without a doubt, make it clear that you're the winner of these rounds because you're probably behind right now. You know, put Magsayo down with something, or at least hurt him with something where it's obvious to the judges.
Joe, moments ago,
uppercut to the belly, and you know, Magsayo really reacted to it, but he's in such great shape, he's able to shake it off. See right there, see, that's Magsayo being busy and close. That's what Freddie wanted. You know, he landed a couple punches, he turned, he moved out, angled up, and then got busy again. So that's stuff that wins you the rounds.
Magsayo.
I think Hermosillo really over-depends on that left hand right there. See, that's 3 in a row right there with his left hand. Finally a hook. 4. So 4 left hands to 1 hook.
We told you when Mexico and the Philippines get together in boxing, it is no shortage of entertainment, and thus far that has been the case. Both men pushing each other in our main event. Landing Magsayo 48-28. When it comes to Magsayo, he has clearly, from a body punching standpoint, it favors the Mexican in Hermosillo.
Yeah, and look, I think that was that. Oh, good combo. See, and there we go. You got.
And That is not a knockdown.
But Magsayo is really, he must have gotten a big push from the corner from Freddie right now because he came out blasting as if he needed to do this.
Magsayo's 4-0 past 8 rounds, so no stranger to fighting long stretches, having the experience of going 10 and 12 rounds.
And right now, look, Magsayo is blending a little boxing with a little pressure. Good left hook. But Hermosillo landed a nice little left hand at the same time. Ooh, you can hear
Vicious left to the body. Oh, my.
Somebody grunted in there. I don't know if it was Jack Reese, if it was, Hermosillo, but let me tell you, that was a beautiful left hand that he threw in there.
Magsayo making his debut with Freddie Roach as his trainer also. This is his first fight under November of 2017 to March of 2019 due to promotional issues, but that has now been rectified. Vicious left hook for Magsayo.
Hermosillo, so, I give him a lot of credit, just like that. Underneath punches, pulled out, nice. Oh, great
left uppercut by Magsayo, followed by a right. As he puts together more combinations, does the undefeated Filipino featherweight. But back comes Hermosillo. One more round remaining. This 10th and final round.
Well, I think so, but I like the reaction from Magsayo. Can you imagine going through a fight like this and then smiling and kind of being, and end it with a big exclamation point, to tell you the truth.
Statement victory is what Freddie's looking for.
Pardon?
A statement victory.
That's right, that's right. See, because I don't think Magsayo really has to get in there and bang it out with him like this to knock out Hermosillo or do a lot of damage. I really don't think Freddie thinks he's behind.
Joe, you hear it thrown around in boxing. Can he kick it into another gear? I think Freddie's trying to, because he saw moments of that in the ninth.
Well, I think Freddie's done that for the past 3-4 rounds. That's why, I think Magsayo pulled away on this fight. Don't be an underachiever in this fight. Use all of your skills, use all of the training, and let it all go right now. Why waste any of it?
Just over the halfway point, a left hook by Magsayo, but answering back with the left of his own is Hermosillo. This has been a terrific fight, Joe, between two men.
This is only his first fight with him. Let me just tell you something. He's going to be somebody to be reckoned with. Can slip, can turn, can pivot. I like him.
Magsayo, a big right that momentarily wobbled Hermosillo.
Oh, yeah.
Vicious body punching between these two. That ends what was a very entertaining featherweight matchup.
Oh, yeah.
And still undefeated, Mark Magnifico